pardon my broken light. I mean, it still works, but as you can see, the stand is kind of messed up. But anyway, uh, I'm about to complete. Well, I still have quite a bit to do, but I hope to complete it soon so that I can start the next drawing. I told you guys in the last video that I want to begin the larger piece this week possibly, so I'm working towards that, and so far I can say the progress is okay. The only issue that I was facing was I felt like this side was kind of bigger than this side, but then even using my rulers to measure, I've found that it's the same distance, but I don't know why this side is tripping me up. So we'll see. Maybe it's because I haven't shaded in this side yet, and this shadow also, it's kind of like pulling the weight of the drawing to this side, but we'll see how I proceed. But yeah, I'm working towards finishing this drawing soon. Also, just another quick tip. You see here, my tripod just fell. But as I was saying, you see how this part I have a shadow, but it's not as dark as these ones. Well, basically what I did is, and I think I showed it in the clips, but here's the explanation. I laid a strong foundation of the orange, and then I came back with the blue and just lightly implied the shadows, because blue is more opaque and it's, as I said, it's a complementary of orange. So lightly brushing the blue before, or lightly brushing the blue after the orange will give you this soft implied kind of like feel. That's very different from what I'm doing here, because here I'm mixing them together right from the get-go, so that in the end I'll have a dark shadow like this, or this, or even this. But for these softer ones, you have to lay the bright foundation and then come and lightly just put in some color, some blue color, to give that softer shadow. It's pretty evident that I don't work in a linear fashion, and that's kind of like, it's a blessing and a curse, because when I start my pieces, I intend to start from the top, but subconsciously I always start from the bottom, and I think it's because it's closer to my hand, so I kind of want to feel comfortable in the beginning stages, to kind of like motivate myself about the piece that I'll be currently working on. And that's why I start from the bottom most of the times. And since I do that, as I progress upwards, I tend to like jump around. When I experience difficulty, I tend to jump around a lot, and this is evident in this piece especially because I avoided the windshield part of the car. It's because I was well aware of the fact that this was the part that would actually make or break the piece, because if I would have been unable to sell the reflection bit, then the piece would not make sense, because the lighting is coming from the top. So that windshield bit was very important, and I think knowing that I could ruin the piece, I tend to work on the simpler areas until I have no option but to work on the remaining hard part. So that's why I work like that. So I'm recording the official outro as I erase the dirt parts, and I'm not sure if I had a proper intro because I haven't even edited the video yet. This week I almost didn't make the weekly upload schedule, but that's because on like I think Friday I got a few projects, vector projects, and I had to do those, and they were very detailed. Of course, for the client work, I normally don't share that with you guys. So, but believe me when I say I was working, and that ended up taking longer than I had anticipated. I actually woke up very early today so that I could be able to make their deadline. So, and because I have this commitment with myself, I just figured I could upload this even if it's later on, but still during this day particularly. So yeah, I have the next project already planned out. It's going to, as I said in my last, I think, video, it's a red piece, monochromatic piece, and this is the paper I'm going to use. It's actually my last large paper in stock, so I have to figure out how or when I'm supposed to go to town and buy other papers. I also want to try some papers from China Square, the store I showed you guys in a few clips ago. I showed you guys where they sold like a bunch of art supplies and stuff. So I want to try out their papers, and but the problem is the paper, it's like this size. They don't have the large ones, so for the large ones I still have to go to town and purchase them. But yeah, this was the drawing for the last 2 weeks, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the process and got to learn something, especially about the reflections, because this was really based on reflection and color theory. Working with orange, I've never worked with orange this extensively, so it was a new experience for me. But yeah, I'll just peel this off and show you guys the final result.